Dimension. So for today's reading, I'm going to be pulling some cards about how you are viewed by others. I thought I would be a little more lighthearted in today's reading, and I added a little fun spin on it as well. So how other humans perceive you, as well as how your spiritual team views you, and I'm curious to see if they connect. I encourage you to choose based off of crystal, because I did already do meditation on each crystal, and I've got some messages based off of those. So pile 1 is this obsidian cube. Pile 2 is this amethyst. Pile 3 is milky quartz. And pile 4 is labradorite. So choose whichever you feel most inclined to. If that's more than one, then that's fine as well. And I'll see you at your reading, loves. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this obsidian cube, then you're at the right place. So first things first, I based the impressions that I got off of the crystal on how other humans perceive you, and not necessarily those who already know you. But it's just more or less like how people who are sort of around your circle, or you've experienced life around them in a sort of way, or this could be off of social media as well. And so based off of your crystal, what I got was, hi, pile number 1, thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this obsidian cube, then you're at the right place. So before I get into your cards, the impressions that I got based off of the crystal, I'm taking those impressions that I got off of each crystal based off of how other humans perceive you. This is not necessarily those that you're like close with, like family and friends. This is more like outside people, like people who know who you are but aren't necessarily in your everyday life or in your business, if that makes sense. So the impressions that I got off of your crystal, specifically pile number 1, was that you are very like earth energy based, like very logical when it comes to how you perceive and experience the world. It's not about tell me and I'm going to believe. It's more like you need to find out for yourself, or show me the proof of something before I'm convinced. That type of vibe. I also got this sort of like a lot of very knowledge based in the way that your mind works, like this enthusiasm and curiosity about you, in which you're just seeking to know like sort of how things work, to find out the background on how certain things were created. Like you just like delving into details, history, sort of is just knowledge, you know, like absorbing all of that knowledge is the vibe that I was getting. I think it started off because of the fact that it was a cube. So that right away got me getting that vibe of like technology, like just all of those engineering, like mathematics, all of that type of stuff that's very like mind and logical based, right? I felt like there's also this like wisdom about you, because you tend to absorb random knowledge, if you will, or maybe it's very like not random knowledge, like it's directed in a specific area in which you've gathered. But I feel like regardless of what this is, if this is resonating with you so far, then you've definitely, depending on where you are in life, you've gathered sort of a library of knowledge in either an assortment of things, or like I said, a specific, if there's something specific that really captures your focus, like you would delve into that. So I can see you having like an expansive library of knowledge that you just, I feel like it excites you to learn. You're like a lifelong student type of vibe. I felt very intelligent, like your brain just loves to expand is sort of the way it felt. And that's how others perceive you. Like they see this in you. They can tell in the way that you like articulate yourself, and it's just in your energy. It comes off as very knowledgeable and intelligent, and you're just probably the go-to person when people need some more information about something. But that's what I got for you as far as how other humans perceive you. So let's go ahead and take a look what we got in your cards. We have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration, great big love, card 26. Honesty is essential, speak with love and truth, card 38. Card number 4, beauty way. Card 21, dove spirit, be peace. We have the card of the Father and intuition. There's that knowledge right there that I said with those owls. Yeah, let me go ahead and sit with these and see what I get from that. Okay, pile number 1. So how your spirit team, spiritual guides view you is very leadership role position. Like you are the light shower, the light weight, I don't know. You steer the way and you shine the light, in other words. With the Father and intuition here, it feels like a perfect merging of masculine and feminine energy. It feels like a balance. And that's what I was feeling from your energy as far as humans perceive you. It's very like not any more one-sided, like as far as requiring the logic and the masculine energy and the explanation and the knowledge and the all of that, but then as far as like trusting your inner voice as well. So it's like a good balance of not being any more leaning towards any one way, and this makes for a very grounded individual, which is perfect for leadership. Because I feel like that's something that you take on, like you take on initiative in general in life circumstances, is how you're viewed, and you do it in a way that comes from like excitement. Like there's like something in you that feels fulfilled in teaching others things that you know. Because remember I said that also, this is connecting beautifully actually. How others view you as somebody who is very knowledgeable. You have this expansive library of things that you've learned and experienced, and you're constantly, you know, thirsting for even more knowledge. Like with this great big love, it just feels very like you do it from a place of compassion, and it's just pure to who you are, like wanting to take this leadership position, and show others what it is that you know, but from a place of compassion. Okay, like it's very rewarding for you. I keep on being drawn back to this masculine energy with the Father, because that's where I feel like this, like the Father's job is to teach, right, the younger children and prepare them for taking on the next generation, so that they too can pass on what they've learned and expand on that even. And I feel like that's where you come from, or that's how you are being perceived, as somebody who is showing the way and like creating a foundation for future generations to also. So like if you have children, you're passing on this sort of trait of you're teaching them everything that you've learned and experienced. You're showing them a clear way. In other words, you are guiding them. You're taking this leadership position from a place of compassion. Yeah, and it's sort of like creating a ripple effect. So if that's, you know, how our generations work, which is, you know, we continue to pass on. We either regress or we progress in our lineage, right? Depending on what you take with you and what you do with it. Pass on the baton. And I feel like you are seen by your spiritual team as somebody who's really honest and authentic to who you are. And I feel like there is a very, like I said, like I'm getting that SpongeBob again, where Gary's like in this library and he's just very intelligent. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, and just like a lifelong, like spending the eternity, you know. You could spend eternity either learning but also sharing what it is that you know and enjoying it too. It feels like a very good like ripple effect that you are leaving behind in future generation. And if it's not children that you have, then you might be a teacher, or just like in your community, in your workplace, in your friend circle, in your family circle. Like you are the one who takes initiative, I feel. And that's how you're perceived. So that's pretty interesting, because this took it from a place of like compassion and it just feels very like loving and peaceful and grounded type of energy is how you are viewed. Leadership is what I keep feeling also from your spiritual team. And then as far as how other humans perceive you, it's sort of like very, yeah, they see you as very intelligent. Like you're the go-to person. Leadership role for sure. To go and ask questions if you screwed up or something, like you're the person to go to. You're gonna answer. So yeah, that's what I got for you. I feel like it merged pretty well, and it was really cute reading. I enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoyed your reading, and let me know how it resonated for you, if at all. Go ahead and like and comment also if you feel comfortable doing so, and of course subscribe if you like my vibe. That rhymed, real Dr. Seuss. That's my new thing. Subscribe if you like my vibe. And 𝐂𝐵𝗵𝗏 loves. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this amethyst, then you're in the right place. Really quick before I get started on anything of the reading, I just had a whole adventure in between pile number 1. That started with a bunch of series that was, I don't want to go through the whole story, but in the end, if you have not yet paid your taxes or filed your taxes or anything having to do with any type of like government, city, state, local taxes, please handle that before it becomes a problem. After dealing with that whole nonsense, I was able to get it resolved, but they said that it was close to going into a lien, which could mess up my credit. And I was like, oh, no, no, no. It took me a long time to build my credit to where it is, and that would have ruined it. So, strong message, because it happened in between the readings, and I feel like that is no coincidence, because literally that is not what I intended to do. And just me looking out the window, seeing the fence open, then thinking about the mailbox, then going outside, then seeing the letter, then calling the thing, then doing the nonsense, and anyways, okay, I'm going to stop. Amethyst. What did I get for amethyst? What I got on my impressions is how other humans perceive you or view you is that you are very creative. You stand out like a neon color in a bunch of pastels. There's some creative spark that you carry with you that's like a flame. It's very vibrant, it's very fun, it's very adventurous almost, it feels. I got that you have a very warm energy, So others see you as very like easy to talk to, very lighthearted in your approach to just like small talk and your openness to being friendly. I also feel like very like watery energies, somebody who's very deep, somebody who's very empathic, able to be in tune with the energies of those around them, and sort of gauging just on energy where this person's vibe is, and sort of compassion within that as well. So you have a lot of like energetic wisdom, if you will, to just have this like underlying silent understanding of people and sort of where they come from. Like if somebody comes off a certain way, like you can sort of gauge almost like that they must have experienced this or that in order for them to think this way, act this way, feel this way, something like that. Okay, like you just have that really in tune type of vibe. But I also got this like dreamlike, whimsical fantasy vibe. So I feel like your imagination is very, or people perceive you to have like a wild imagination. Like I feel like they're intrigued with the way that your mind works. It's very unique, your perspective on taking a sort of concept and giving it your own spin. That makes it almost a completely different thing, if that makes sense. Let me give you an example. Like let's say a decoration. Like if you see a decoration maybe like on Pinterest, but you're just like, ooh, I like that idea, but I can make it better. And then you will recreate it super awesome that it looks like your own unique idea versus looking like an exact replica of the original. Okay, you're very unique in that way, you're very creative in that way. I feel obviously this is going to be in regards to whatever it is for you that you like to do as far as creating, but I feel like there's like a plethora of things that you are creative at. It just feels like spark, it feels vibrant, it feels, yeah, it feels good. What else did I get? There was a lot of, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. There was a lot of emphasis on like teen life, like feeling very just optimistic and very fantastical. I feel like I don't know if either when you were a teen or this is just like your energy is still very like young, or maybe you are very young, or maybe you're just like forever like a young, free type vibe of a soul that people perceive you that way, at least. I also got like emphasis on like bracelets and then like nail polish. I don't know who that's for, but like I don't know if that's a thing, but it reminded me of back in my teenage where I would have like wrists full of bracelets and obviously black nail polish. But yeah, I got that sort of image. So I don't know what that but I kept on seeing that. You're very like into, people perceive you to be like into like mysticism and curious about like sci-fi and just like random, maybe weird a little bit, in what you are fascinated by. But yeah, I even got like vampire, like maybe you were into vampires and maybe you like the whole aesthetic. I was getting like very underworld, you know, where everything's like dark and like blue and like cold feeling and just cute stuff. Let's go ahead and see your cards. I already went on rambling forever. We have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So this is going to be how your spirit guide, spirit team view you. Okay, so this, what I said based off of the crystal, was on how others perceive you, humans. So card 42, smoke and mirrors. Oh, that's interesting. We have love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Card 31. Yeah, I think that's this one. Then we have card 62 with the wild woman. Stop! She is wearing the bracelets. I love that so much. Because that's what it's giving me. Like, yeah, like that teenage, like, rebellious type vibe. Like, where you're just like, I don't care. Like, I march to the beat of my own drum. And if you think that's weird, then deal with it. Because this is how I want to express myself. Yeah, look at all those bracelets. Yeah, it's super... Sorry, I'm getting like all excited because that's the vibe I was getting. Then, oh yeah, you got a double of this one. Card number 1, Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. I feel like some of these messages are repeated for my pile number 2s. We have card 20, Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true. Then your tarot cards, we have Integrity. The 9 of Earth. So this would be the 9 of like Pentacles in tarot. We have Union. Nice. We have the 6 of Air. And the sort of like Ace of Earth. So Ace of Pentacles. This is interesting. So this is how your spirit guide, spirit team view you. I'm going to pause really quick and sort of sit with these. Okay, pile number 2. So there's a lot going on here as far as how your guides view you. I really feel like your guides view you as somebody who is ambitious. And the reason I say that is because it feels like you have signed up for a lot of excitement, adventure that includes experiences that aren't so amazing, but that you've signed up for that in order to challenge yourself for the ultimate life experience is what I'm getting. Which is why I feel like they think you're ambitious, like you're a risk taker, which also is kind of like that same sort of vibe that people, humans perceive you as well. Like I said, that very like sort of rebellious vibe. Very unique like that. And true to who you are, very lively, a spitfire, chispa. And I'm getting like Calcifer, if you've seen Howl's Moving Castle, the flame, and he was also like a chispa, like his attitude was very like feisty, right? So I feel like that's something that you embody. But your spirit team or spiritual guides see you in the same way, and the reason that I say that is because I'm going to start off with this part and then I'll move my way back. The smoke and mirrors and the dolphin spirit, this and that are true. So what I was getting from the smoke and mirrors is sort of like this magical, mystical mirror. So it's sort of like always reinventing from a place of the unknown, because this gives me like very mystical, very unknown, not being able to like see clearly, but it also gives me very like magical vibes. So what I envisioned was like sort of you coming to this mirror over and over throughout your life and deciding what it is that you want to reflect in it. So this sort of gave me the vibe of like changes, like change, transformation. It was like you came to the mirror and you were young, you came to the mirror and you were a bit older, and each time like choosing what it is that you wanted to see, and it sort of felt like transformation, like you were shape-shifting each different time that you came to the mirror, if you will. So I feel like you've maybe like reinvented yourself over and over based off of experiences and life lessons almost that you've experienced, made you, they just changed you like from an internal way that you just weren't the same person anymore, and they see you as somebody who has gone and reinvented yourself completely. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is multiple times. Perhaps you even have more times within your lifetime that you will continue to reinvent yourself. which again gives me that like real risk taker, very ambitious. Like it's like you're living multiple lives in one lifetime as the human that you are currently. It's like almost having multiple life experiences within this one human, if you will. But it's also all of that challenge and polarity mixed in with it, which is why, again, I said there was a like real ambitious type of vibe that they view you as, which also connects with like that wild woman type, okay? With time to collaborate and the initiation, right away what I got is like they see you as somebody currently who is moving into a time, okay, like coming from a time of working alone to coming to a time of union, because union is here, but like union like in all aspects. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is like within, like internally, you're coming into union. That means like really having a strong grasp and balance of your masculine and feminine traits and energies and actions, and how you are making decisions in your life. I feel like you're at, like it says, crossing the threshold, and I feel like they see you like you're about to move into a place of collaboration, which can mean a lot of different things. Just take that however it resonates. This ant gave me the vibe, like the double ants, like of the yin and the yang, which also gave me that sense of like that balance. If you see this union card, same thing, masculine and feminine energies merging into a perfect balance, as well as this card, the Six of Air. If you can see the colors of polarities, kind of giving me the vibe of yesterday's pile number 2 with the unicorns in the polarities. Yeah, so very strong emphasis in your reading of how you're viewed as somebody who has either already gotten to a place in your life where you have a strong sense of union within yourself, and perhaps it's why you're attracting union into your life. But I feel like your guides feel very proud of you, for sure. They feel like challenge after challenge you've managed to keep, like I said, that time you having to reinvent yourself based off of life experiences that you've had that changed who you were on the inside and on the out. Then we have this dolphin, this and that are true. Like you've managed to keep your very playful optimism within you. Like you manage, like despite however dark it can get, which also came out a lot, all that darkness came out in yesterday's pile number 2 reading. So I'm thinking you guys are doing some heavy like shadow work right now, heavy healing energy. I feel like you are battling it out, okay? But this isn't your first battle, and it won't be your last. This is something that, like I said, your guides see you. You've signed up for a lot, so they think you're like, whoa. You're setting the new standard. But it's almost like that shape-shifting with all these different animals or different aspects of life that you've gained. Like you've gained new strengths, you've gained new wisdoms each time that you've had to like reinvent yourself. Healing yourself each time through the energy of love. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So I feel like this is in loving relationships that you've found within your life to help heal you, but also like within yourself, like learning to love and heal yourself through pure, vibrant intention, okay? With the 9 of Earth, they see you as somebody who has the potential for great abundance. It's in your energy. Your energy exudes abundance of when you're in your balanced state. Yeah, they just feel you as somebody who's able to create. Like you're constantly planting seeds with this dragon over here, growing babies. Like you're it's Empress vibes is what it's giving me. Like you're nurturing yourself, your ability to nurture others, your ability to nurture your way out of darkness. Yeah, your guides definitely have a strong what is it? Impression, not impression. In other words, yeah, like you have impressed your guides. They are very proud of you and being able to work your way through all of this and continue to keep your wild woman, dolphin spirit, dragon slash owl slash, what is this? A cheetah slash everything. Whatever it is, okay? It's very beautiful energy. I enjoyed this reading a lot. Let me know what you guys thought about this reading and if it resonated. Like, comment if you feel comfortable doing so, and subscribe if you haven't already. I just saw 1818. That might mean something to somebody. But yeah, until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this Milky Quartz, then you're at the right place. So really quick, before I get into the cards, well, not really quick because I usually take long, but the impressions that I got off of meditating on this crystal specifically is how other humans, if you will, perceive you to be or view you. So the first thing that I got was just noticing how shiny, clean, and smooth the edges of this were. And so I started getting like kitchen countertops being clean, and then I got to seeing like things being like organized, and then I just got this whole like super mom vibe. And this is not like gender specific, this is just saying like the vibe of the energy of somebody who has the house clean and the meals cooked and the kids taken to all of their after school clubs and organizations and having things organized by color code, or just maybe I'm being extra there, but just as somebody who has it all together, like somebody who has the ability to handle an overwhelming amount of tasks at one time and make it seem like it's nothing. Okay, like I feel like that's how people view you. Like, whoa, like you're very action based, I feel, and you're either going to resonate with this energy or you're not. So you'll know if this is you, but I feel like this is how people perceive you. Yeah, like somebody who, and then I got the whole vibe of like this looking like a tooth or perhaps a bone, and then I started feeling like that strength. Like obviously when we find like archaeological things, what we find is the bones, the teeth, that, you know why? Because it's so it endures decomposition. And so I feel like that's you. Well, yeah, not you. That sounded horrible, but you know what I mean. Like somebody who has the capacity to endure so much. You're like strength, pure strength in being able to survive anything, it almost feels like. So I feel like that's how people perceive you. Like you're the one who, you're not gonna like in a stressful situation, like maybe inside you'd be panicking, but like on the outside you appear to people as like somebody who just gets it together and comes up with quick solutions. Like, okay, we're in the midst of chaos, you do this, you do that, I'm gonna do this, and you know, sort of taking the lead and initiative and being able to handle that amount of leadership, but also like tasks. Again, I keep on seeing that, like you're somebody who's able to retain a lot of focus, because it's just like, for me, I was just like, whoa, this is overwhelming me, because that's not me. I'm very slothy. And your energy felt very fast paced, a lot of caffeine. Maybe you like a lot of coffee, maybe you're an espresso type of person, Or maybe you're just naturally like so full of energy, like you're ready to wake up and you're just like, all right, let's get going, let's do this. And I'm not like that. I'm like the opposite. Like, it takes me a good contemplation before I decide to move out of bed. Anyways, enough about me. It's just like it intrigues me. And if this is not like, let's say you're not a parent and so you don't have children or whatever, and that's not like your life, but let's say in regards to like school, with your friends, at your work, like you're the person who takes initiative. You're the one who, when everybody's all like, oh, we don't know what we're doing, you're like the one they go to help figure it out and get them organized, because you like make it seem like nothing, like you've already got this all, like you've already got all your worksheets, spreadsheets, emails, whatever, all your tasks done, and everybody's like, how are you possibly handling all that? Like, I'm still like in step 1 and you've already done all those things. So that's how it would apply. So take that however it resonates. Let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. We have Inner Temple, Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. That's another thing that I was getting that I forgot to say, is that like, especially like if this is in work, like you're just dedicated, and which is why other people are like maybe like are half-assing at their situation around you, and they look up to you like, whoa, like this is just who you are. Like, you're just a person who's devoted to doing things and doing them well. You know what I mean? Card 19, Waking the Lion. Yeah, that's fierce energy. Card 17, Have Patience. Love is patient and kind always. So these cards, by the way, is how your spirit guide, spirit team view you. They view you as somebody who really puts their heart into everything. Like, you're not about to half-ass. Like, no, that's not for you. We have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Card 26 with the hummingbird. Oh, that's beautiful energy. Koi fish spirit, there is always enough. Card 36. And then you had only 2 tarot. We have the 10 of water. And then we have the 6 of fire. So it's like the 10 of cups and the 6 of wands it would be. But they're different energies, sort of. LOL, that bird. He's been harassing me. Okay, so I am going to pause and sit with this energy, and then I will let you know what your guides think about you. Okay, pile number 3. So how your guides view you is, again, I'm getting this real like vibrant and extremely like powerful strength that you hold, but it also feels very feminine in nature as far as like the nurturing aspect. So I guess a bit both masculine and feminine, like both power, the power aspects of those energies. So the feminine and the aspect of being able to nurture, like again, I'm getting that like super mom vibe, like if a kid gets hurt and being able to like rush in and handle it and treat it and know what to do, but at the same time like offer all the comfort that the child needs. So taking the action but also offering like the nurturing that is required to allow that child to get through a difficult, you know, situation where they're in pain or scared, if maybe they're bleeding or something. Like, yeah, that feels like your energy. Right here with the waking lion, that's where I'm getting that from, that like very like fierce, take action, fiery wand energy, because this would be the 6 of wands, which is that like heart of like victory. But I see this as having a lot of overflowing with this cup of water dripping over, like overflowing eagerness to experience and take action. It feels nice. Like when you walk in there, just it feels like a lot of confidence too. The lion, Leo energy. And then it's like literally the exact opposite in balance. Like having patience. Love is patient and kind always. And what I was drawn to was like the background. There is like all of these different avenues of water streams. And I feel like that's you. Like regardless of how much energy you're exhausting and spreading yourself thin. Because I feel like you take on a lot. Maybe a more than you need to at times, but I feel like you're just so giving of yourself, and this is how you show love, is by doing for others and making others feel at ease that you're handling things, is sort of how I feel your energy. But like I said, also having like an endless amount of fuel to keep you going and nurturing for others despite all that you do with this. This would be like the 10 of Cups, and it's giving me, again, like very feminine, very nurturing, loving energy. All these greens over here, that's what it's giving me. With the hummingbird too, with all its little quick flapping flapping wings. How sorry, let me gather my words. The way that it flaps its wings at such a high rate of speed is like the sort of vibe that I was getting from you originally, is how humans perceive you as well. I feel like they see you as somebody who's always busy doing. So a lot of action in your energy is what I keep on getting. But yeah, not just that aspect of you, but it also comes with a lot of nurturing and compassion and love. Patience. Perhaps you're a very patient person despite, is how they view you. I like this a lot. Koi fish, there is always enough. Yeah, that's giving me the same vibe as all the water streams. It's like having an endless supply. Like you're always just going. There's always more. Like just when you think or that you maybe that's something that you feel that you can't keep going, but you always find, regardless, that's how they view you. You always find the determination or the strength or the will or the energy or whatever it is to keep going and keep offering of yourself, is what I feel. So it's very beautiful. I like the way that they view you. Yeah, and I can see how it connects on both ends, like as far as like the 3D versus the 5D view of your energy and personality. I'm really liking these readings, by the way. Let me know if this resonated with you. That's what I got for you. If it did resonate, consider commenting to let me know how. I appreciate those of you that do send me comments. Like if it did resonate, and subscribe if you haven't already. Until you vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number 4. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this Labradorite, then you're at the right place. So before I get started on your reading, the messages that I got off of meditating on the crystal are going to be how other humans view you. And the cards are going to be how your spirit guide or spirit team views you. Hold on. Okay, I keep having interruptions, but hopefully no more. So what I got from meditating on your crystal is, the first thing that I imagined was a turtle, like it being a turtle shell. And so what I got was that you probably have like a hard exterior, or that's at least how people perceive you. Like maybe very like stone-faced, maybe you don't really give off too much about how you feel about others, or I don't know, it is sort of like maybe you're hard to read, or just more to yourself is what it feels like. You don't share much of yourself, I feel. And I feel like you do, but only to like very exclusive people. But this like hard turtle exterior that people view you to have is really just protecting you, right? From this like inner vulnerable self that you have. I feel like people perceive you as somebody who sort of like isolates themselves or separates from. Yeah, there's a lot of that like introverted vibe. Oh, is that my dog or my cat? I don't know. It's one of them. I also got sort of like, because of the turtle vibe that I was getting from the crystal, like turtles being ancient, right? So very like wise, having a lot of like feeling like an old soul, perhaps. Even, I'm not saying that you are old, but I'm saying that I feel like maybe you've always sort of felt like very mature, or if not mature, then just feeling like an old soul. You know what I mean? Or that's at least how people perceive you to be, or to come off in that way. Like you're a wise person, like you would give good advice, sort of, like you've had a lot of experience and gathered a lot of knowledge. Yeah, because then what I started to get also was that like very logical, earth-based, minded. Like people perceive you to be somebody who really thinks things through. And has like a specific approach that you take in life that comes from a lot of research and analyzing aspects before executing anything. But I feel like although it can be a little slower moving, like a turtle would be, when you do execute action, they see it as paying off. You know, the steps that you took and the approach that you took made it so that you had the highest potential of success, if that makes sense. Why am I getting all of this business vibe? Maybe this is in regards to business. Maybe it feels leadership. It feels like leadership. Like people perceive you as somebody who, like I said, you know, is very versed in what they have to do before making a very informed decision. And having a good payoff in the end. They see you as somebody who's successful because of the way that you tend to executing plans or decisions or whatever it is for you in your life. I feel like you have this like calm approach to things versus being very impulsive and fast to jump to conclusions, or fast to make a judgment call. Like I said, it's very like coming from a place of being informed. And then I got that vibe again about the turtle, but then I saw him in a library. And he had like reading glasses on, and he had like a coffee or tea or some sort of steamy warm drink, and it gave me the vibe of, yeah, like a bookworm, or just somebody that's intelligent and does research. Yeah, like being in the library, looking through, like looking for the knowledge that you need in order to have the information that you need in order to, I just saw 444, in order to make the decisions that you need. Like, yeah, it feels very structured. Is that the word? Yeah. That's what I got for you. That's how people, other humans perceive you to be, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at your cards and see how your spirit guides or spirit team views you. We have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So being able to create something. Card 14 with beautiful uncaging. That feels like the same energy. Then we have card 34, opening to discovery. Whoa. Okay, 2 indications. All right. Let me just get all the cards. I'm getting all excited. This is card 10 with treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. We have card 36 with middle world. Card 30 with grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Card 66, White Raven Spirit, Trust in the Magic. And you only had one card, which is card number 2, the Maiden. Wow, this is like very different than the other readings that I've gotten. Let me sit with this energy really quick, and then I'll let you know. All right, so this one really threw me for a loop, pile number 4. I'm impressed with your messages because I did sit here a good while trying to decipher all of this. This was a tough puzzle to solve, but I feel it like very strongly that your guides, your spirit team, whatever you want to call it, feel that you have this unique potential for an experience in this lifetime that, again, it just feels so unique. Let me explain what I'm getting. This like something about your life experience. I feel like that vibe that I was getting from you, that humans perceive you to have like an old soul, I feel like that is coming from having maybe potential many lifetimes of gathering wisdom and knowledge, and storing all of that, you know, like that just being within your energy, that people feel like they can come to you for advice, like you have a good approach of things. But I feel like some sort of like backwards movement. It's giving me the whole vibe of like that Benjamin Button. You know how he was like an old man and then he started getting into a baby? Is that how it works? Yes, right? It was reversed. That's what this feels like. It feels like you've experienced life throughout like your youth, feeling like an old soul. And I feel like as time is progressing, your soul is almost going from like an old soul, has the potential to go backwards. And I got emphasis on that with birthing a new age, and then the maiden, right? This is that young, vibrant energy. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here have this emphasis on something about to be open, something about to be unlocked, something with a lot of potential, and very unique. It feels like a unique experience here in your lifetime, that you specifically have the potential or the opportunity to experience. And I feel that it almost feels like a reward. I don't know. The idea was to get like sort of like a perspective of how they view you, like sort of like a personality reading, like they think that you're this, and this. But this is what I'm getting, this as more of like a message about your life and sort of like your life purpose / life experience, and the potential of what it has to be, the potential of what it could be, not has to be, the potential of what it could be, and a lot of emphasis on you having the key to open something new, you having the potential to create something new. But like, it's with both the locks and this one, the key's in there already, and in this one the key's not in the keyhole, but you can see within, and it's just like just a glimpse of something. So there's still a lot of like secret to what this whole vibe is. Like, this is giving me the same thing as like the keyhole, you know what I mean, of potential, which it's not telling me exactly what the potential is. It's sort of like a secret. It's just saying there's a lot of potential for some, and it just feels like lucky. Like I said, this unlocking something. It feels very unique. That's all I can keep saying. It feels very unique. this gives me the like your earthly experience. And I sort of saw that maiden as like young and vibrant and potential, right? It's like graduating from high school and having the world of potentials available to you, like being young and ripe and ready to take on the world. It sort of feels like that is happening for you. And whereas I said I began with feeling like you were an old soul, and I feel like it's shifting in timeline instead of the other way around. Then we have Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith and trust in the magic. I feel like this is also just guidance for you in regards to whatever that is in your life. I feel like, yeah, this reading definitely took a spin, but I feel like your guides see you as somebody who has almost unlimited potential to create whatever you want for yourself. This feels like strong manifestation with all the emphasis on holding and also expanding. It's giving me giving birth, right? Holding energy and then creating something from it. Yeah, it feels awesome. You have a lot of potential to create something amazing. And there's sort of, my candle just went out. I don't know if that means something. Take a leap of faith, trust in the magic. Maybe time is running out. I don't know, but this all feels significant because this was supposed to be a different type of reading, but then I've got like strong messages, like something is there and you have the key to unlock it. Take that leap of faith and trust. Yeah, I just can't stop looking. Like all of these cards feel like stored energy, stored energy, stored energy, stored energy, stored energy. And then something beautiful happening from you taking that risk and trusting in something. I don't know what this is, but please do let me know if you know what this is. But yeah, in case you were not aware, there's a mystery afoot. Just letting you know, heads up, there's a potential for something badass to happen in your life. It's very magical. So that's what I got for you. That reading took a weird spin to it, okay? Because I did not see that coming, especially with the energy that I got. In the beginning, this feels like all of this hidden, maybe you've been storing all that underneath your turtle shell. You've been storing all your potential, and now it's time to release it, birth it, create with it. Use that energy up that you've been storing, all that knowledge, all that wisdom. It feels awesome, okay? I'm sorry the reading didn't stick to how it was supposed to, but I really liked the way it went anyways, and I hope that you did too. If it did resonate with you, let me know how. Like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Until we vibe again, loves.